Tops, take a seat. Today is all about the bottoms. Sauteed artichoke bottoms, that is. That's one of two appetizers Sandra Lee has for us today. But unfortunately, the artichoke bottoms weren't necessarily a hit in the comment section, with people like Richard saying, "Too bad the taste and texture are disgusting." Verlene said they were already pretty soft right out of the can, but the cooking 10 minutes did them in. 1 star. Lydia said they were a bit slimy and not exactly appetizing, and Chevra said they basically disintegrated while I was cooking them. And what about the cheese straws that she's about to make? Well, Nancy said, "I was excited to try these, simple and sounded wonderful, but neither my husband or I would eat them, very bland and not worth the effort." Gina said these did not crisp up at all. They were soggy and kept breaking off in the dip. What a waste. And finally, Chevra gave the recipe 1 star and said, "I've tried everything to make them crisp up. Hotter oven, longer cooking time, less cheese. Nothing works. They always come out limp. I just watched her make them on TV and they were soft and limp then. That's just the way this recipe is. If you like crisp cheese straws, use a different recipe."
This is also a fantastic appetizer if you're entertaining. It will be a very nice, simple recipe that you can make in a matter of minutes when company comes over. Now, I'm just stripping this of all of the seeds. I'm using a plum tomato, which is a little bit sweeter than an ordinary tomato. And I'm just going to take this and give this a nice dice. And this onion and tomato makes a great filling for the inside of the artichoke bottoms. Now all of this goes into the onions. To this, you're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. Now Italian seasoning varies by brand, but basically it's oregano, marjoram, those kinds of things, basil. And I'm also going to put just some fresh basil in here because I love the way that it smells and the way that it tastes. I'm going to chop them up into bite-sized pieces. Okay. And this just goes in here. Now, just a touch of salt and pepper. And then I'm going to add my artichoke bottoms in here. Now you just want to let this simmer together for just a couple minutes so that all of those wonderful flavors merge. It's going to be a fantastic appetizer. What I want to do now is make for you the most delicious, delicious finger food you've ever seen. These are creamy, cheesy phyllo straws, and they start off with just a package of cream cheese. Of course, you want that to be room temperature because you're going to have to spread it. Now, I also want to add to this 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan. Then you're going to beat an egg. Then to this, you're just going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt and mix this all together. Now we're just going to put this mixture into just a plastic bag. You want to use something a little bit larger than a lunch bag. Okay, all of this is in here. Pop that in the sink, and then bring this down into a corner, and then make a very small snip. Very small. You're going to take some phyllo dough, and this, of course, you can buy in the frozen food section of your grocery store. Now, you're just going to need 1 sheet of the phyllo dough, and it's very delicate. And what I want to do is grab a knife because I need to cut it in half. You're actually going to be able to make 2 of these cheesy straws with 1 sheet of the phyllo dough. Now, I've already melted some butter, and I'm just going to baste these sheets with butter. Be sure that you cover all of the sheets in butter. Now you're going to take your bag here full of your cream cheese mixture, and you're just going to pipe 1 long strip. Now don't put too much in here because it makes it too difficult to roll if you do. But all you're going to do is carefully take your sheet and you're going to fold it in half, and then I just roll it. And this is how you make your straws. Now, when you want you to take a little bit more butter, put it right here, and this is going to allow you to seal it nice and tight. Now, place these onto a pan. You are going to love this. Now, this goes in for just about 10 minutes on 375. Let those bake up. I already have some cooling right here, but I want to show you the rest of these artichoke bottoms. This is wonderful. It's kind of like bruschetta, but with artichoke bottoms instead of bread. All you're going to do is take your bottoms and put them onto a plate. And these are nice and infused with all of that wonderful flavor. These are fantastic to start dinner off. They're great in front of the television, and you can make them all year round because you're using a canned product. Now spoon all of that wonderful onion and tomato right into these little pockets. Just like this. Smells so good. Now I'm going to go pop these on the table, and when I come back, I'm going to finish up those cheese straws. Those are baking up, and I'll have a great dip that you can buy right in the store to go along with those. I'm also going to make you a ribeye with a spicy chocolate sauce. You're going to love that, and chocolate covered cherries. I'll see you in just a second.